This is not a test. This is rock and roll.
I wake up every morning in a bed that's too small, drive my daughter to a school that's too expensive, and then I go to work to a job for which I get paid too little.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
You're waking up with the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Good morning, Appalachian State. We are back for Friday. Smell that refreshing air, Dovy, of a Friday morning.
That studio microphone.
That old microphone smell.
Wonderful. Man, it's a good morning. It's a tough morning. And if you're somebody who went to see Adam Devine last night, Devine?
I think it's Devine. Adam Devine.
Man, you're probably pretty tired too, because I think everybody after that show was like trying to find him at a bar, wherever he was going.
Yeah, we went around back to like the back of Schaefer, and there were a couple people standing there. It was interesting. I don't think, and there was like one car that just kept having their hazard lights on, and we're like, is that Adam's car?
Yeah.
But it wasn't a nice car either, so I don't know. And I know he didn't drive his own car, but I feel like he would have gotten like a nice rental car.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it wasn't a bad car. It was just a normal college car. And
That'd be the best way to blend in, though.
Yeah, that's
to get,
true.
something that's not too flashy.
Yeah, well, one of the things I want, like, from a comedian, he was telling everyone, he's like, oh, I'm going to Boone Saloon, afterwards. Oh, I'm going to the local afterwards. I want a comedian that, like, will say that and then pop over there to Food Lion, and like, he's just over there just hanging out, or he goes to, like, the worst.
You come
like,
home
spot.
and he's there.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. That's happened. Me and my buddy, my friend Jason, he used to do stand-up, or I think he might still be doing stand-up, but he had a comedian he really loved. His name was Rory Scovel, and he was doing a film special, like his first one for Comedy Central, and it was in South Carolina. Me and him drove all the way down to South Carolina. We saw the show. It was really good. And then this dude, because he was kind of like still up and coming, he was like, hey, we're going to go to this bowling alley, and you're welcome to come and have drinks with us. Me and Jason were 20 and probably in a half, so we couldn't get in there, and we were so bummed out. We were so close to hanging out with him, man. But
No, I wanted Adam to go to the bowling alley. I'm like, out of every single place, like, oh, local's the best.
Not a lot of
Show
people
up at a bowling alley, just hang out.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want just a random meeting. I was like, oh, go to Michael's to be in like the flower aisle or something like that. Like, I don't know. But it was a funny show.
yeah, I liked it. Actually, you know what I really liked about the show? The opener. The guy who opened. Because that's the hardest job, because you have to warm up the whole crowd before he comes out, and he did a really good job. I thought he was really funny. I can't remember what his name was, though.
Yeah, I don't. I never got
to look
his
it
name.
up, because I really liked his material.
Yeah, he was good. I think he's worked with Adam Devine before. I think on Workaholics, I believe he said. Maybe it was a different show. I don't know. But
Yeah.
he was really funny. He really interacted with the crowd like a lot.
Yeah.
And the crowd was very
Interactive.
interactive. They were yelling left and right.
That's something I was curious about, because usually comedians hate it when, like, the crowd tries to talk to them. Like, that's usually a big no-no, but I think they're probably used to that if, they go to a lot of college shows. You probably get a lot of probably inebriated college students that scream out into the crowd. But he handled it well. He just kind of played off of it a little bit.
Yeah, the college people here at App didn't really handle it well. They'll yell something out, and then randomly say that they'll randomly say something, and he'll be like, okay, what's going on? And then they won't answer again. And it just drove me nuts that they would yell it out, and then he'd like want them to react, and then nothing. It's like, what did you say?
Yeah. But still, you got to be good at that kind of thing. Everybody's going to be like, you're going to have to kind of train in that art of being able to come back really quickly. I think there's one comedian that's from England. I can't remember what his name is, but he's like amazing at dealing with hecklers. It's almost his whole show is just him trying to deal with hecklers. I can't even say what he would say, because they're really, really dirty.
Oh, no.
But yeah, like, people will come to his shows like with the sole intent of being like, your show is lame. loser, and then he's like, I'm sorry, what? And then he just like totally destroys them, man, in the
I
process.
just don't understand why people would feel the need to go do that. Why would you want to go be mean to someone? And they're trying like to do a show and entertain people.
Well,
and
they want to have like, they want to be a part of it, you know.
Yeah.
They're trying to like be a part of the show. So, but the thing is, they think that the comedian likes it, but it's like
No.
huge pet peeve.
Yeah.
You know, they absolutely hate that stuff.
Yeah, and then the crowd was extremely. They kept getting up and down. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they
Entire
were
crowd,
doing that
and,
a lot.
Like, it just bothered me. I'm like, sit down, enjoy the show, and
It also bothered me because I think a lot of people were doing that. They were getting their phones out. They're trying to record it.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like way back in the orchestra section, so but you couldn't, even if you wanted to take a picture, you couldn't really get a good picture of them. But it's like put the phone down, just enjoy it, you know.
yeah, just sit down. But overall, it was a really good show. I'm very, I was happy with. I know it's for freshmen. I hope the freshmen enjoyed it. But as a senior, I went for it and really love stand-up comedy. I thought it was really good. But we have a great show for you today. We're going to talk about the most recognizable thing that you really notice with other people on the other side of the break. And we got, of course, relationship talk as well here on the Morning App.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU.
What is the most recognizable thing that you notice about a person the second you see them or meet them? What is it for you guys? Because for me, I think it's face. I think I look at the face of a person, and I know what that face looks like. I can't tell you their eye color. I can't tell you facial hair color. I can't tell you anything. I just know the shape of their face, the way their eyes look, the way everything looks.
That's true. You can tell if they've been drinking, you know.
Well, I don't look that deep. I just know what they look like.
I think age for me, just because I don't see people that often. So, like, if I don't see somebody in, like, a year or two, I'm like, oh, wow. You know, they look very different in that sense. Usually people's styles will change, too, you know? I don't know, but what about you?
Well, see, I recently cut my hair from about shoulder length to, like, I guess a pixie cut is what it's called. But people haven't recognized me, or it takes them a little bit of time for them to even see my face. I think a lot more of our recognition of people is tied to hair than we think it is, because people, I guess, just their brains, it was like, no, Katie has long hair, but now it was like they had to focus on my face to really realize who I was and that they actually knew me. It was really weird.
You only love me for my hair.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's revealing the real Katie.
Yeah. I guess so. That's true, but it's just interesting because I keep forgetting too that I even cut my hair, so people's face, like you can see it change when they realize. I don't know.
Dude, but that happens even when you do it to yourself when you wake up the next morning.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you see yourself in the mirror, like, oh, that's me.
See, I don't know. I'm pretty self-aware that I just got a haircut the other day.
Right, but most guys, they don't really change that much in their hair. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's true. Unless you like dyed it.
I mean, I guess if I got a mohawk and then I had woke up and had the bed mohawk and I was like, oh, now it's slanted. It's like, okay, so not only does it look bad as a mohawk, but it's also a bed sleepy mohawk as well. Ugh.
No, that's true. But people do a lot with their hair to reinvent themselves, you know? Like, they'll add a color or, I don't know, they'll chop it off completely and they'll just... Actually, that's something that people do if they just feel like they've been going on a downhill kind of slope and then they want to just completely start over, get a brand new kind of start on a new era, new year, new me kind of thing, and they'll just cut their hair. It works because you change your perception of yourself, you know?
Yeah, it's really helped me, I think, with confidence because I had to have a lot of confidence in order to cut it this short because it was such a bold thing, but it's really helped, and it's just really cool to see that people still like my hair this short, even though it's way different than what I've had for years, because I've never had hair this short. I mean, besides when I was really young and it was short, but...
Yeah, did you just want to get it cut? I mean...
Yeah, it wasn't like I was going through some kind of crisis. I think that's
crisis.
what people always assume. That, you know, it's like, oh man, like going through some kind of mental break now. Yeah. I'm fine, I promise.
The shorter your hair that you cut it, like the more stressed and on edge you are.
I'll come back next time, I'll be bald.
That's what happened to Brittany. You know? And then the next level is you get an umbrella.
Okay.
And then you just go crazy with it.
It goes, the shorter your hair is, that's how stressed and at the edge of a breakdown you are. The longer your hair goes,
relaxed
that's exactly how chill you are. Like, I just don't care, bro.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, but I wouldn't know because I've only ever kept my hair either short and then grew it out really long and not even really long.
I've grown my hair out to my collarbone here.
Really?
I've never done that.
It's not funny. I look like Tarzan.
Oh my god.
It's a very different looking kind of Dovy. Somebody photoshopped me into a guy riding a horse in the wind, and my hair was blowing. It's I gotta show you that picture. I wish we could post it somewhere on our social media.
You're like a Lithuanian Tarzan.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
From the jungles over there.
Right. All the jungles swinging from, I don't know.
See, I've never been brave enough to grow my hair out. I always try and freak out my parents. Me and my brother would be like, "Hey, mom, we're going with the man bun. We're working on it." And it's just a little bit of ponytail, that much.
You notice the man bun style? It's also, are man buns still a thing? Because they were kind of popular in 2010. I used to do a man bun, but it was for a purpose. It was because I was working.
I think that's what it's become more of now. I don't think people are growing their hair out just so they can put it in a man bun so they can look mountainy, I guess. I think it's more of just okay, my hair's long, I need to put it up.
Right, because some guys will just shave the side and they'll keep growing the top part, and then they'll just get like a rubber band or something.
Yeah, and it looks like a piece of grass on like.
And it's like,
on just like a surface. Like I don't know. All I'm picturing is like Danny Phantom with the one piece of toast from the cafeteria that had like that had grass coming out. The vegetarian vegetarian meal at the cafeteria. That's all I'm picturing.
Wow,
but
that's a old reference.
I know, but I get those a lot. But no, the man bun is out. The man braid though, that's coming in strong.
The man braid?
Oh yeah. You guys never heard of the man braid?
No.
I honestly don't think so.
Yeah, I'm predicting it's gonna be coming in stronger than ever. Like I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, wait. The way that you were saying it though was that it was already a trend, and that Dovy and I were just on the outs. Like we did not.
Trust me,
notice
it's gonna be a trend. They're tired of the man bun. I bet you the man braid's gonna come.
Braids are actually so nice to have. It really keeps your hair away from your face.
Yeah, no, this is a thing.
Of course it is.
I mean, I've never seen it, but
because you can do a lot with braids.
That's like a
cornrows.
Yeah,
but
that's more of a cornrows type thing.
This dude right here,
yeah,
kind of looks like a Jedi.
Interesting.
Yeah,
like just a little cornrow.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like some guys will grow out like one long string, like on their hair or something. There's a lot you could do to really make yourself stand out with just your hair,
Yeah,
so it makes
definitely.
sense. People put a little work into it.
Well, whether your hair is long, short, bald, shaved, whatever it is, we still accept you here on the morning show. And we'll get to some relationship talk on the other side of the break here on the morning app.
There's a new talk show hitting the airwaves of the high.
on 90.5 WASU and WASUradio.com.
It is time now, as always, for our happiest of subjects, because everyone's happy in, every relationship ever, and they're always like, they're good. It is time for the relationship segment, and what do you guys think about comparing your relationship, whether it's to your previous relationship, to another friend's relationship, to your parents' relationship? Because I think that sort of thing happens, and I'm not the biggest fan of it because your relationship is supposed to be different from everyone else's. You can't say this relationship looks like that. Why don't you do this with me? Why don't you do that with me? And it goes both ways.
Yeah, I've always heard the saying that comparison is the thief of joy. And so if you're comparing like your relationship in any way to other people's, I think it's going to make you feel like you're not doing things that you should be, or that you're not happy enough, or it's just, you should be focused on getting to know that person and making sure that the communication is good between you and doing what is right for that relationship. If you don't want to post on social media all the time about your relationship, that's not, you shouldn't feel like, oh, I don't post as much as this other relationship, these other people do. And
that's a big thing.
Me and Morgan have that. We because we look, she'll go through Facebook and we'll both be like, man, we just don't post a lot of pictures of each other doing stuff, and it's like, but the thing is, we don't want to feel bad about that because we just forget to do it, and that's a really good thing. When you just forget about the phone, you can be in your own world together. I think that there's definitely some good things that you could get out of comparing if you do it at a mature level. Like if you want to get some inspiration, or if you want to like look up to a couple that's good at communicating, and you can be like, well, I want to do that. I mean, Morgan actually, she said when she was in Asheville that she was at a gas station and she saw this couple that was just like, they were talking so terribly of each other. They were like calling each other names and stuff like that. So in a way, she was comparing just in an inverted way, and it made her kind of appreciate what we had, because she's like, I can't imagine that. Like, think about how much time we spend with each other, and if we spent that time calling each other names and being angry at each other all the time, that'd be awful. So it kind of made us more appreciative of what we had. So in a way, comparing can be good, but I think social media is making it really hard because people want to like almost brand themselves in a way. It's very odd.
And especially with that whole social media thing that you said, because a lot of people do it, and either the girlfriend will always post or the boyfriend will always post, and usually there's one, sometimes you get them both where they both just, post nonstop about each other, and that's fine. Like, everyone might get tired of it, like, oh, every single picture of you and your significant other. It's like, okay, that's okay, but at the same time, if one of you doesn't post just because you don't post all the time, that's okay. A lot of people also post just to let everyone know that they're in a relationship. So either, especially I think from the girl side of it, to let everyone know that, hey, like, I'm taken. I don't need you guys to hit on me anymore. I don't need
it's true.
any of that. Same with the guys, I think, as well, like trying to show everyone, like, hey, I'm happy. Please leave me alone. Like, with that, with my person.
I just want to go out with the guys some nights. I'm taken. Sorry.
It's also, I'm terrible about telling people when I'm in a relationship. It's a weird thing to say, like, oh, I have a boyfriend now. And so I think posting it on social media gives you that platform. Yeah, at least like once, and then people are like, oh, so I saw on Instagram that, and then you can.
Like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I guess that's the thing now.
Because I don't like broadcasting my life to, I'm a broadcaster, and I don't like broadcasting my life to everyone. So I won't post about major, like, oh, I got this giant job, like a corporation, ESPN, Like, I just don't do that. Like, if I learn something from it or want to, like, send my appreciation, then maybe I'll do it. But I really don't post much in that regard about anything. Like, not just, my girlfriend, but I don't post about anything, really.
I feel that. Like, if you get a job position or promotion or, something, I don't like that attention, It's very weird because my job is all about, like you said, putting stuff out there, but... we just never post anything, but it's so weird. I mean, like later today, I'm pretty sure we're going to get our toes done. Like we're going to go to a spa.
Oh, nice. Where
which
at?
Is phenomenal.
You know where?
It's so relaxed. It's in You know where the GameStop is next to Walmart?
wow.
That little.
Yeah.
Dude, I went there like a month ago, and I was like, this is so zen and so calm.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Now, most men don't have that done, but I will admit I have gotten my toes done as well.
Listen, if you're a guy and you're in a relationship, just ask if you and your boo want to do that, because it is nice, and that way you won't feel like, oh, I'm not manly. You know, it's relaxing.
You can still feel manly. You can still be the man and be like, hey, like, I've never done this before, but if you want to do it, I'll gladly go with you just to show you my love. And then you'll be so relaxed.
But it's so funny, though, even though I'm not worried about that at all. When we were, like, sitting side by side, I was still, like, bringing up conversations that were like, yeah, I'm thinking about, I think I might take some jujitsu classes and stuff like that. Just subconsciously.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, calm down, Dovy. But
like after this, you're like, I think I got to get in like a bar fight or something. I got to go tackle some guy, play some football. Yeah, hey, babe, you want to go play some football afterwards? I got to really just
do you think
cleanse.
Do you think like married couples have the same problem? Like comparing themselves to like other married couples? Like, let's say like if you're somebody who goes to church, like you're around like in a community full of like a lot of other families and stuff like that. Do you think families do that?
That's definitely, I'd say in a church setting, people really are going to be like, well, my husband and I pray every night, So sometimes
yeah.
It's more of just like they're trying to, I don't know, compare themselves to other couples in like a different way. They're almost trying to put other people down. And not always in church settings. Like I'm not trying, there's only some people that do that. But just in general, I think comparing happens more than it should.
I feel like for a married couple, it would happen if maybe they were going through like a low point or a busy spell where both of them are working, or they haven't seen each other much, or there's just, everything's stressed and whatnot. Then they'll compare themselves to another relationship and be like, look how happy they are. They get to do all that stuff. But each relationship is different. That's what you got to understand. And that's why, as long as you are happy in that relationship, everything's good.
Yeah.
Exactly. As long as you and your partner are happy, you should be good. So what the other married couple, matches when they go out. Like, so what about
find your own rhythm, find your own
exactly.
style,
Sure.
You should be doing your own thing anyway by now, so don't worry about what other people do. Don't worry,
And that's where like real happiness comes from, It's not from an external approval. It's just like you and that other person having a good time, having a good life, So
exactly. But one thing that I think we all can agree on is that when we're in a car or something, we can all bond over traffic. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next year on the Morning App, because the Boone traffic has not been ideal. We're going to give you our less than happy thoughts about it here on the Morning App.
And now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
The traffic in Boone has been really fun. Really enjoying it. 5 stars.
No, it hasn't. It's been awful. Even in the summer. Man, were you here at all in the summertime?
No, I was wondering why they didn't do any of this construction during the summer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would they do that when everybody's here and then everybody's using that road? It's the Blowing Rock Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 321, right?
Of all
it's
roads.
All lumpy now.
Yeah.
It's all lumpy.
my tires are shook.
Yeah.
They actually, though, driving in, they did repave a lot of it today. Like,
Okay,
the right
good.
side, most of it has been repaved. Because I know yesterday,
That's
driving
good.
to the Adam Devine concert, like, the whole, like, all the roads were lumpy.
Yeah.
But now, the one on the right side is almost good, all the way up until about that one, like, new apartment structure right next to tap room.
Yeah.
And all that.
Mhm.
Up until about that point, it's,
Didn't you
good.
say, weren't they also working on something in the convocation center or something? You said that they were messing with they were building something there.
Oh, I have no idea
I
about that.
can't
I know
remember.
they are making a parking deck from what I read somewhere,
I hope so.
Oh.
but
Yeah.
and I don't know where it is. But I just
They supposedly, in like a few years, they're going to have a parking deck in stadium lot. So people are kind of upset that the tailgating spots there won't be like in stadium lot anymore. They're moving them to different spots.
Yeah,
but
I wonder where they would
they're
go.
also taking down all the tower dorms,
Really?
like Gardner, Coltrane.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
And
like
getting like
Eggers?
new ones, yeah.
Oh, building new.
Mhm.
Where are they going to put these people?
Yeah, we're going to put
Yeah, I don't know.
We're taking an academic break for about a year
Yeah,
or two here
right?
at Appalachian State.
I mean, I assume they won't take them all down at once, but I don't actually know.
Well, they are currently, and I went over to stadium for the first time the other day to observe football practice, and half the stadium lot is like cut in half. They have like dug it up.
Yeah, that's
so
what we were talking about.
There are no parking spaces for anybody. And of course, the one day I went, it was during that sorority rush. So literally everyone was there, and people were parking along the side of all the lines and all the other
so
stuff.
bad for this town. It's like just can't handle the infrastructure. Like the infrastructure can't handle how many people there are, how much you have to remodel everything. I mean, I don't know how people are parking here. I was like, I didn't even bother to buy a parking pass because even if I got one, I don't think I would have been guaranteed a spot.
Well, we have a couple of the ones around the Beasley Media Complex for radio and other people as well.
Mhm.
But you're right. If you have a stadium pass, that stadium has completely shrunk.
Yeah.
And there's just giant holes everywhere. I tried to go up like, I'll be real sneaky. I'll go park up behind Eggers and Bowie. Half of that lot's also gone, and the parking was filled there. I was like, wow, other people beat me to it as well. And there's just no places to park, and they're just ripping up random stuff. And because they did rip down Rayleigh at the beginning of the year, like the very first week, remember? Like they were fixing the Rayleigh lot. They did fix it, I think, in time before the first class, but they were digging out that one area where the bus comes right through, like the giant, lump and everything right there. They were digging that out.
I think it'll definitely be cool once they can get it all done.
Oh, yeah.
Based on the plan they had, it's going to be a lot nicer, and there's going to be more space for students, and there'll be nicer dorms instead of the old freshman ones, but it's going to take a little bit.
Yeah. Is it true that some, like the freshmen that are coming in this year aren't all guaranteed a dorm? Because I heard it was so, like they've accepted, because we've been accepting more students, so I don't...
I thought every freshman was required to be in a dorm, though.
But I've heard that some of them have been having to get apartments or live off campus.
Then maybe
Wow.
transfer
Yeah, 'cause
students?
I don't know.
We get that many transfers.
But it's-
maybe we
Yeah.
do.
It's just felt like a lot,
Well, and the traffic has been at an all-time, where it's not even on campus, just throughout the town of Boone. Going down 105 is absolutely awful.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
just going down there, I was stuck on that road at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, not even like closing time for any place. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I got stuck on 105 for about 30 minutes, just from the 105 bypass to Blowing Rock Road. 30-minute, if not 40, honestly.
What should be like a 5-minute drive, what should be like a 3-minute drive ends up being like 12 to 15 sometimes, and even in the afternoon, it's not even traffic hours. It can be booked. I don't know how much longer like Cookout can take it. I don't know how much longer Chick-fil-A can take it, because I remember one time I came like on a Tuesday to go get some Chick-fil-A at like 3:49. Right, like I was like, no one's gonna be here, and the line is just like into the road. It's crazy.
Yeah, and my biggest pet peeve, and it's not a pet. I mean, I don't know what to call it, but I always see on Blowing Rock Road everyone who's not at a light trying to turn left on a Blowing Rock Road, and I feel bad for them, and it also bothers me because I know they're not turning left. You will literally sit at that spot forever until someone forces you, or like someone else stops every single movement of traffic for you to turn left.
Yeah.
And forces everything else to be backed up. And it just bothered me. I'm like, don't go left. You can literally take a right and then eventually get to a light, take a left,
this
or
is New Jersey now.
You
can't turn left. Not
Wait,
no
what?
more.
Does that happen in New Jersey?
I think that's I'm pretty sure you can't turn left in New Jersey.
Supposedly that prevents a lot of wrecks, because UPS drivers, I know they're not allowed to turn left, or I don't remember if it was UPS or some other delivery service, but they can't turn left, and it's prevented apparently a lot of accidents. So they just reroute them so they're always going right.
Well, like Katie said, hopefully the traffic, will get better. The construction will pay off in the end. It's just
people just won't go to class anymore, and then it'll all be better.
Yeah, it's just frustrating, especially for us seniors, because we've never seen this type of traffic, and here it is now, and we're trying to get to class and enjoy our last year, and the traffic is so frustrating. We're so stressed out already, but it will pay off in the end, and hopefully the show paid off for you as well. I guess we're not on Monday. We are going to be on Wednesday.
Nice.
So enjoy your Labor Day weekend.
Have fun.
Have fun watching the football game, and thanks for listening to the Morning App.